Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday to all of you. Don't we feel as if time does not exist? I feel like I was just sitting here last Sunday and recording a video about the very creepy demonic symbols in Notre Dame, but it's another Sunday, and yes, I have some kind of dead topic for you. We will start with a different topic, very three-dimensional. That will be first about human trafficking, and then we will go to an article that I came across a few days ago, and I decided to keep it for this Sunday, which is great. It will be about the influence of the occult on World War II, and I'm gonna put this in the title of this video. However, I want to start this video with telling those of you who have not seen my live stream with Scott Ritter that I had on Friday, so the day before yesterday, in which we have announced that we are going to have a book tour of our book in the United States. So this is covering Ukraine, the Scott Ritter interviews through the eyes of Anya Kay. I know many of you have seen this book, bought this book, heard me talking about this book, but you know, this is something that not only I am proud of, I believe this is a historical book at this point. The collaboration itself, it's an enormous honor for me, but it's also something that might help me with the trajectory of my life, and you know what it is, many of you know. So any sale that these books generate, it helps with the, let's say, bigger vision of my life, for my life. So guys, where shall we start? Maybe we will start with this article that I came across this morning. This is from Polish portal TVN24, and the title of this is Almost 800 people were detained, action of 31,000 police officers from dozen countries. So this title actually grabbed my attention, and it says police forces from 26 countries have detained 796 people, so almost 800 people, suspected of migrant smuggling and trafficking in human beings, weapons and drugs in a joint operation in the Western Balkans, Europol said. Police officers from Poland also took part in the action. The operation was managed from the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Sarajevo. Can I just say here, I will never forget Sarajevo. When I was very little, I remember they had the Winter Olympics and it was just fantastic. Anyway, Sarajevo, 31,109 police officers, a lot, took part in the operation. A total of 316 investigators were initiated and 442 weapons were seized. The scope of the operation was planned to be as wide as possible. The checks and searches covered cyberspace and the real world, Europol said. In total, more than 655,000 inspections were carried out, including about 516,000, so over 500,000 inspections of people. It's crazy, huh? 152,000 vehicles, 5,000 shipments, and 1,181 places of residence. Joint action of police from 26 countries, so a dozen or so European Union member states took part in the action. And these are the countries: Austria, Bulgaria, Croatia, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, Romania, Slovenia, Slovakia, Spain, Sweden. Polish police officers also took part in the action. Police officers from Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Moldova, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, Turkey and Ukraine, as well as from Kosovo, were also involved in the operation. Representatives of the European Commission, Europol, Eurojust, Frontex and Interpol also participated in this operation. The so-called Balkan Road runs through the Western Balkans, through which immigrants try to get from the south of Europe to the countries of the European Union, usually heading through Bosnia and Herzegovina to Croatia, which is part of the Schengen area. And this is the end of this article. So I will attach this down below in the description box. If you're wondering why I'm keeping this like this, because I'm not wearing this wireless headphones, which I might actually sell because you're right, they are not good for me at all. And if I have this close to my very warm, because it's called turtleneck, it will create unpleasant sound. So I hope that's all right. What I think this is just a very small percentage of what's going on. And I think with what is taking place now in Syria and other countries in the Middle East, more and more people will be in the situation that they will be in danger of being human trafficked, because those people are escaping those countries that are in the war zone, and unfortunately not all of them will make it to have a better life. Yeah. Very, very sad. And then I have another thought when I read about it. I was thinking how many officers or police officers, again, I know there is hundreds of thousands, millions of police officers who are good people, who are the righteous people, who act the way they're supposed to. But we also know, and I came across those videos and articles, I remember it was in that particular and about the United Kingdom, how many of those police officers were part of this human trafficking business. So as everywhere corruption is, it doesn't matter what is the profession. So guys, let's go, since it's Sunday. And you know what? I decided to just keep on doing what I like to do and bring you what I feel I should bring you, in spite of those who have problem with it. But as I said before, the light workers either can heal you or trigger you, so you choose. The influence of the occult on the World War II. The Nazis' fascination with the occult has been well documented. In fact, this esoteric fascination has often been depicted in art, presented in art, most notably in movies such as Steven Spielberg's Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark from 1981. But how deep does the rabbit hole go really? How much influence did the Nazis believe in the occult and the supernatural forces have on the Third Reich, my grandma would say. She was born in 1903 during the time when Poland did not exist, and it was under Prussia. Her German was better than many German people, as a matter of fact. So I think this is a very interesting article, because this shows you that the supernatural stuff is not some voodoo, woo-woo. Well, voodoo, that's another woo-woo, or something that is crazy and stupid. We have the Nazis right in your face, World War III, and have the Nazism die? Absolutely not. So maybe we can just pay more attention, right? And be open-minded. We delve into the history and bring you some amazing facts about the Nazis and their love affair with the occult. So let's read through this. I will be clicking through the topics. The Nazi Party, the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or DAP, was founded in part by members of the Thule Society. The Thule Society was an occultist group that, among other things, was interested in the esoteric origins of the Aryan race. Notable members of the Thule Society who moved into the Nazi Party included Rudolf Hess, Alfred Rosenberg, and Dietrich Eckart. The esoteric ideological system called Ariosophy concerned the wisdom of the Aryans, and it was founded by the occultist Guido von List and Jürg Lanz von Liebenfels. Ariosophy believed in the magical runes. This was later adopted in Nazism, wherein the twin sign runes formed the SS insignia. You're very familiar with those insignias, I know, all of you. They also believed that Aryan people were bred via electricity and originated from the interstellar deities called Teotza. So how did Aryans lose all their magical powers through interbreeding, of course. Other races were clearly inferior, as unlike the Aryans were the result of interbreeding between the humans and ape men. The society believed that a Proto-Aryan race lived in the northern mystical island of Thule. The way you spell it is Thule. This place has also been called Hyperborea. While the Thule Society and other occultism societies dissolved before the Nazi came to power, Hitler's party started its own brand of occultism. This was heavily influenced by one man, Austrian occultist and SS Brigade Führer Karl Maria Willigut. Willigut worshipped the Germanic god Irmin and believed Irminism was the true religion of the Germans. He also believed that German culture dated back to 228,000 before Christ. Back then, Earth apparently had 3 suns and was inhabited by all sorts of mythological creatures, including giants and dwarfs. Willigut claimed to be a descendant from a king of that time, but what is also worth mentioning is that Karl Maria Willigut was eventually diagnosed with schizophrenia. He was the Nazi Party leading member and head of the SS Heinrich Himmler personal occultist. Himmler was a fan of Willigut paganism and, indeed, it suited the Nazi agenda perfectly. After all, it drifted away from Christianity and its Judaic origins. The SS event had a witch division. Did you know this? I didn't know this. The SS event, so the SS group, had a witch division, guys, responsible for bringing home evidence of witch trials. According to Himmler, witches represented an old Germanic religion whose members were persecuted by Judeo-Christians. Himmler was not the only one with esoteric beliefs. Other Nazi high commanders were also into it. For instance, Joseph Goebbels was a fan of Nostradamus, and Rudolf Hess was into astrology, homeopathy, and herbalism. But here is interesting thing, because herbalism, okay, just side note, which is a knowledge about herbs, so nature that provides us all forms of healing. So they have this mixed beliefs here, because they have some occultism and then they have something good, which, that's what herbs are. Herbs are good. You don't really need the big pharma. That's how big pharma profits. And that's why they don't want people to use certain plants, because those plants can actually heal you, and it's not expensive at all, and very often it's actually free. So let's continue. Officials such as Governor of Nuremberg Julius Streicher and Richard Walter Dare, head of the Race Settlement Office, were also into radiesthesia and dowsing, how you say it. In radiesthesia, a dividing rod or pendulum was used to capture radiation from a person, object, or place and was supposed to help detect things. Dowsing is a very similar concept. These methods were actually used throughout World War II. Biodynamic agriculture is based on a collection of pseudo-scientific and esoteric concepts introduced by Austrian occultist and philosopher Rudolf Steiner. The Nazis believed it would provide harmony between blood, soil, and cosmos. Many of you have brought this name in the comments under my previous videos, Sunday videos, about Rudolf Steiner. I haven't really dived deeper into his teachings. I have a mixed feelings and very strange, I don't know, I just see the picture of him. But maybe I will look into his work, because it looks like he was quite important in that era. maybe influencing Nazis, I don't know. The Nazis also soaked up concepts from Eastern mysticism, from Indian myths, to Tibetan spirituality or Japanese warrior codes. And let's see. Oh, there is 1 second here, guys. Okay. I don't know how you say this, but it's the Achenerbe, Ahnenerbe, was a think tank created by Himmler in 1935, responsible for the historical and cultural research of the Aryan race, no matter how crazy the theories might sound in this day and age. One of these theories was Welteislehre. Sorry guys, it's German and I don't speak German, just a little bit I understand. Aka world ice theory. Okay, so world ice theory or cosmic ice theory. The idea is that the cosmos were originally made of ice and Earth was created by celestial bodies made of ice. This theory was proposed by Austrian engineer Hans Hörbiger, and after he had a vision. Essentially, moons and other celestial bodies made of ice collided and formed our planet. I never heard this actually. In summary, Hitler believed that the world was made of ice and the Aryans evolved from it. Himmler and other members of that Ahnenerbe traveled to Finland to interview and record some of the area's pagans, witches and seers. The idea was to eventually substitute Christian ceremonies with these rites and rituals. According to the Nazis, the pre-Hispanic city of Tivancu in the southern Andes in Bolivia, Andes, the mountains, in Bolivia, was a splinter colony of Atlantis. And apparently Atlantis was once inhabited by the Aryan race, so this was a place worth visiting. Other expeditions followed, including one to Tibet, one in search of giant skeletons in Tanganyika, present-day Tanzania, and one to Libya to try to find the mythical Jinn city of Zezura. Many names I don't know. Despite being a Christian relic, the Holy Grail allegedly had superpowers, and the Nazis were all about gaining an advantage, so they also joined the quest to find it. Otto Rahn, R-A-H-N, Rahn, was the man tasked with the mission. It goes without saying that he never found it. So where is the Holy Grail, everyone? I know many of you have a lot of knowledge. Tell us. Hitler was a fan of this mysticism book by Ernst Scherter, published in Germany in 1929, which is Magic History, Theory and Practice. Actually, he was such a fan that he wrote several notes in his copy. One of the passages he underlined read, he, quote, "He who does not carry demonic seeds within him will never give birth to a new world." Wow, you see? So this is from this book, Magic, History, Theory and Practice. And this is what Hitler apparently wrote. He who does not carry demonic seeds within him will never give birth to a new world. Did Hitler believe he was possessed by a demon? The Nazis used terminology alluding to vampirism to describe Jews. A 1943 propaganda pamphlet was titled, "The Jewish Vampire Brings Chaos to the World." Hitler himself referred to Jews as vampires, bloodsuckers, and spongers in his book Mein Kampf. I actually read this book. Erich Kurlander's book, Hitler's Monsters, A Supernatural History of the Third Reich, says that the incarnation of werewolf runs through Aryan and German fairy tales and naming conventions. I'm so sorry, guys, for my reading today. Curiously, Hitler first Eastern Front military headquarters in World War II was called Wolf's Lair. So, what do you think? This was the article. I think it's a perfect topic for a Sunday video. A lot of interesting rabbit holes we can jump into here, and I know many of you will for sure have something to share in the comment section, because a lot of you know a lot. You have been studying all those things. It's all connected, guys. So those of you who think that, you know, spirituality is one thing and then politics is another, is all connected. There is much more than they want people to know, and there are demonic forces influencing people, and there is also a certain religion, culture, belief system, whatever it is, that you know, they go by, and that's why they have those places being destroyed that generate good energy. That's why Notre Dame looks different. That's why they have their rituals, because they have to keep on doing this. That's how it looks. I'm rambling now, so I will end this video here, but I want to end with the comment from the viewer after my live stream with Scott Ritter. Because if you haven't watched this live stream, Scott actually did something absolutely incredible. He went to Washington last week, and he was describing in my live stream how he influenced the right people to talk to Trump, to say what he said on Truth Social, and criticize the use of those missiles deeper into Russia, trying to prevent the nuclear conflict. So I don't think many people realize that very much likely that was thanks to Scott Ritter, who talked to the right people, who then influenced Trump to put it out so Russia could receive the message. Because, you know, on the other hand, as I said before, I believe that Trump and Putin already have talks, and they have been having talks for a while. And I came across an article, I don't have it at the front of me, which was confirming this, so I wouldn't be surprised. Let me read you the comment and we will end this video. This is from Norma Teles, who says, Anya and Scott, I truly appreciate your collaboration, reporting an action on USS Liberty. Check it out, the story. And speaking with Congress on stopping World War III. I am truly grateful. I am spreading information on these topics to as many people as I can for awareness and avoid future ignorance. Sovereignty for the world. Be well. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you guys for watching. If this video brings you any value and you still subscribe, make sure to hit this like and let me know what you think about today's topic. Any thoughts, very appreciated. I learn from you a lot. And if you choose to stay in touch with me, please join my mailing list in this coming few days, because I will be changing this website that I'm using for generating those emails, right? So let's just join there, so you are in my special group of emails. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you have a link down below, as well as to donate on my PayPal. If you support me on Patreon, it means a lot. Locals as well, if you choose to, if you can. And with this being said, lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. I hope you're okay with this video today. Bye everyone. Have a great Sunday.